Escape from Tarkov has always been one of those rare games that blurs the line between simulation and survival. It's not a game that holds your hand. It punishes mistakes, rewards patience, and thrives on realism. For nearly a decade, it's lived in a kind of perpetual beta state, constantly evolving with every wipe and update. But now, that long journey is reaching a turning point. Tarkov 1.0 is officially on the horizon, and with it comes the campaign mode, the Scav Life DLC console versions, and a long list of gameplay improvements that finally make Tarkov feel like a finished, fully realized game. Over the past few weeks, Battlestate Games has started opening up more about what's in store for the 1.0 launch, and there's a lot to unpack. The story campaign, something fans have been waiting for since Tarkov was first announced, is shaping up to be far more ambitious than expected. In a Q&A at Tokyo Game Show, Nikita Bianov, the head of Battlestate Games, explained that the campaign will feature multiple branching paths and 4 different endings, with one particularly difficult ending only achievable by about 20% of players. The idea is that your choices, alliances, and how you approach missions will shape the fate of your character and the world around you. Players will take on missions spread across Tarkov's various zones, both familiar maps and some entirely new locations, completing objectives that range from infiltration and sabotage to escorting and information gathering. NPCs are at the heart of this campaign, with dialogue options and branching missions that change based on player behavior. You might find yourself negotiating with factions, making uneasy alliances, or choosing between personal gain and long-term survival. It's still the same tense Tarkov gameplay, but with added purpose. The developers have made it clear they don't want the campaign to feel like a completely different game. Instead, it builds on the systems that already make Tarkov unique. That means gunfights remain tactical and unforgiving, resource management still matters, and stealth or decision-making can be just as important as accuracy in a firefight. One of the more intriguing details Boyanov shared is that Tarkov 1.0 will introduce 2 character types, a seasonal wipe-based PMC similar to the one players use now, and a permanent character that progresses continuously and ties more closely to the campaign narrative. It's an approach that could satisfy both hardcore Tarkov veterans and new players looking for something more structured. Then there's the Scav Life DLC, arguably one of the most interesting expansions Battlestate has ever announced. It's designed to give players an entirely different perspective on Tarkov through the eyes of the scavengers who inhabit it. The Scavs have always been an unpredictable part of the game, desperate survivors, traders, and opportunists who play by their own rules. In this DLC, you'll live as one of them. You'll explore the underbelly of Tarkov from a civilian point of view, working odd jobs, scavenging, trading, and interacting with the factions that control the city's economy. The gameplay here is less about high-stakes military operations and more about survival, negotiation, and understanding the fragile ecosystem that keeps Tarkov alive. You'll be able to forge relationships with different factions, earn unique items, and even influence the larger world through your actions. Battlestate has said that progress made in Scav Life can connect to your main Tarkov character, meaning decisions and rewards from the DLC might carry over into the campaign. It's a way to make Tarkov's world feel more interconnected and alive, not just a collection of maps, but a functioning society on the brink of collapse. From a technical standpoint, Tarkov 1.0 is also shaping up to be a major overhaul. The AI has been significantly upgraded. Enemies will now respond to sound, light, and injuries in a more realistic way. Wounded enemies might retreat or change tactics instead of blindly rushing at you. The sound design, which has always been one of Tarkov's strongest features, has also been fine-tuned to better reflect positioning and distance. Gunplay is getting new layers of depth as well. A new weapon maintenance and degradation system will require players to clean and repair their firearms regularly. Neglecting your gear could lead to jams or misfires in the middle of a fight, forcing you to think twice before entering a raid. There are also improvements to the recoil system and aiming mechanics, making every gun feel distinct and more responsive. The developers have also confirmed that Tarkov 1.0 will launch with a brand new map, featuring a mix of dense dense urban environments, and open industrial zones. Each area is designed to tell a story, abandoned strongholds, hidden caches, and remnants of old battles. Combined with the new lighting engine, its clear battle state is pushing for a more immersive and atmospheric world. And beyond all that, there's the long-awaited console version. According to a new interview, Battlestate is actively working to bring Escape from Tarkov to PlayStation and Xbox platforms, marking the first time the game will appear outside of its own launcher. The console edition will reportedly be a full version of the game, not a simplified spin-off, though some interface and accessibility adjustments are being made to accommodate controller users. What's more, Tarkov 1.0 will also officially debut on Steam, finally bringing it to a massive audience who've been waiting years to jump in without dealing with the standalone launcher. That alone could give the game a second life, especially considering how popular extraction shooters have become in the last few years. But what's perhaps most notable is Battlestate's long-term commitment to Tarkov Beyond 1.0. Buyanov confirmed that they have at least 5 years of post-launch content already planned, new maps, limited time events, and expansions that will continue to expand on the campaign's world. The developers also seem interested in experimenting with co-op story missions, which could introduce entirely new ways to experience the game. It's an ambitious roadmap, especially for a studio that's still relatively small compared to most AAA developers, but that's part of what makes Tarkov such a standout project. It's not a game built by committee or designed for instant gratification. It's been crafted slowly, iteratively, with a clear vision of immersion above all else. And while fans have every reason to be cautious given Tarkov's long history of bugs, technical issues, and balanced debates, it's hard to deny that the upcoming 1.0 release feels like a genuine evolution for the game. The addition of a full story campaign, the Scav Life DLC, and new systems like weapon maintenance and improved AI give it the structure and polish it's always needed. More than anything though, Tarkov 1.0 feels like an opportunity to finally see the full picture, the world, the factions, and the stories that have been hinted at for years. It's not about hype or spectacle, but about closing a long chapter in development and opening a new one for players who've been there since the beginning. There's still a lot Battlestate hasn't shown, and given their track record, it's likely we'll learn even more in the weeks leading up to launch. But from everything we know now, the campaign, the Scav Life DLC, the console release, and the huge technical improvements, Escape from Tarkov 1.0 looks to be the most complete version of the vision the studio set out to build. It's been a long road getting here, and while the full story of Tarkov is just beginning, the pieces are finally falling into place. And even after all that, it still feels like Tarkov 1.0 is just scratching the surface of what this world can become.